It's time to talk about the best rookies of last year. Yeah, it's already been more than a year since Itzy debuted, and I'm starting to feel old with all these new groups. This is the group that most of you have been waiting for. Itzy, the group with the fresh girl crush image. They have incredible dance abilities and the coolest attitude on the stage. Charisma all the way. I sometimes can even think of them as rookies with how confident they look on a stage. I have to say, JYP did a great job with this group, though I sometimes don't agree with their stage outfits, but that's for another video. Now to the Kiwi body types. As always, remember this is only based on my perception. Even if I do search for different sources and try to look for as much information as possible, I could be wrong. So don't take it too seriously and enjoy the video. Now you know what comes next. Here is the summary of the Kiwi body types. If you already know this part, just skip it. Romantic. All soft and round lines. Extremely feminine, just like Marilyn Monroe. Dramatic. Sharp, long, somehow masculine, simply dramatic. Classic. The midpoint between romantic and dramatic. Balanced features and even proportions. Natural. Blonde and straight lines. Slightly muscular. So not this, or this, this. Gamin. The contrast of yin and yang. Petite with sharp lines. These 5 categories can flow slightly into the type immediately before or after it, creating in total 13 types. I have seen both soft natural and natural classifications for her. At first, I considered her a soft natural for her rather short vertical line. Later, I reconsidered and thought she was natural because she has really defined shoulders and musculature. But then, I found some images where she exhibits a bit of fleshiness, and if I take into consideration her face, I think she has quite a lot of yin characteristics. I finally decided to type her as sub-natural. Unconstructed silhouettes and relaxed lines are the best for her. She mostly uses casual clothes like jeans and shirts, and she looks good on them. When she uses more fitted clothes, there is always a waist definition. At first I thought Leah would be in the classic family, mainly because of her face, which gives an elegant aura. However, there were several sources typing her on the theatrical romantic category, and now I agree. She has defined hips, has a proportionate body structure, and tends to fleshiness. She also has a short vertical line, and in reality, her face has a lot of yin features. Her bones have rounder edges, and she has some width in her frame. Finally, after checking how she looked with theatrical romantic clothes, I decided that she belongs here. She doesn't use them that often, but she looks great with flowy and draped clothes that have romantic details and some sharpness to it. She can also wear tight-fitted clothes that accentuate her figure, but the waist must be always defined. She's a member with the most proportionate body. She also has average height, and her structure is neither narrow nor wide. I saw people typing her as either classic or soft classic, and I agree. I will put her in the classic category because I consider she has some sharpness to her structure and not that many yin characteristics. Besides, I don't see that much fleshiness in her. She looks good with symmetrical and clean silhouettes. I also think she looks great with high neckline or accessories that define her neck. Now comes the most difficult ones to classify, and probably the ones that cause the most debate over their Kiwi body types. Both Yeji and Yuna are tall and have a long vertical line. They also have a triangular body frame and are really slim. However, in the case of Yeji, I will say she has a more defined musculature and her limbs, especially her arms, doesn't look long. Her bone structure has more width and her shoulders are more prominent. For all these reasons, I decided to type her in flamboyant natural category. She looks good in unconstructed and relaxed silhouettes and even in oversized clothes. The combination of either fitted pants with loose top or loose pants with fitted top is what she uses the most, and she looks really good with them. As explained before, Yuna has a triangular body frame. However, she tends to look to have a narrow bone structure and has very long limbs. I will say the main problem with classifying her is that she is still very young, and I think in the future her features will get more defined. For instance, even though she looks triangular, I think in the future she can acquire more width in her hips, making her more proportionate. Considering this and that her bones and limbs look really sharp, I would say she belongs to the dramatic family. I think she could be either a dramatic or a dramatic classic. though I'm leaning more towards the dramatic classic. But maybe that's because I like how she looks in classic clothing. So what do you think? Do you think Yuna is a dramatic classic? Or maybe something completely different to what I thought? Don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and also I would like to know what new type of videos you would like to see.